So you're thinking about making your move to San Antonio, and maybe you're wondering, what's the real cost of living here in San Antonio? Well, in this video, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna break down the real cost of what it means to live here in San Antonio so you can budget correctly. We're gonna break down the costs of housing over here, utilities, groceries, transportation, and see how we compare to other cities such as Austin, Dallas, and Houston. I love to show you also some of the parks here in San Antonio. So where am I today? I am actually at Eisenhower Park in the north central side of San Antonio, Texas. And so stick around here because at the very end, I'm gonna show you why this park is so great and why you need to come and visit even if you are not moving to the north central part of San Antonio. If this is the first time to my channel, I wanna say welcome. I'm gonna share with you everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and the surrounding suburbs. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button below so that way you can be the first to find out about the market conditions here in San Antonio. My name is Tracy and I've lived in San Antonio for about 9 years now. My family and I moved here in 2016, right before my son was born. My team and I love helping people make their move to the San Antonio area, whether that's in 1 week or 1 year. So make sure that you connect with us. All of our information is down below in the description area. Hit the subscribe button so that way you can be the first to know about the current markets here in San Antonio. We cannot wait to help you make a smooth and pain-free transition and move to the San Antonio area. So let's talk housing. San Antonio is one of the most affordable housing markets here in the Texas area, but prices are on the rise, and here's what you need to know. The median home price here in San Antonio is about $290,000. Rent, if you're going to rent a 1-bedroom apartment, that's going to be about $1,100 a month. A 3-bedroom home is going to cost you about $1,850. Now, of course, that is all dependent on a number of different factors, including location, size, and amenities. For instance, if you're going to be moving to the south side of San Antonio, where there's been a bigger housing boom, rent's probably going to be a lot cheaper over there. Whereas if you're moving more central or the downtown areas such as Alamo Heights or Tobin Hill, the rent's going to be a lot more expensive. Now, compare that to Austin, where the average home price there is $520. You're definitely gonna get a lot more bang for your buck in the San Antonio area. In San Antonio, our energy is provided by CPS Energy, and the average usage for a family is probably gonna be about $175. Of course, that's gonna vary between the amount of usage that you have and also if you've got solar panels. On your electricity bill from CPS, you're actually gonna have the trash that is included. And so we've got 3 different trash can sizes here in San Antonio of small, medium, and large. And so depending on which trash can your family decides to use, that cost can also increase or decrease. Water and sewage is about $97. That being said, all the utilities combined, it's probably going to be about $192 per month. Let me give you a real life example. So we are a family of 7 here in San Antonio. I keep my thermostat at about 77 during the summertime and 67 in the winter. We do not have solar, and so our electricity bill is actually about $250 per month. That's on average. In terms of water, we are a family of 7, and so our water bill is about $125. Now, we are larger than the average size family, so our water bill is going to be a little bit more expensive. The SAWS, San Antonio Water Systems, they are actually in the process of changing over a lot of their water meters. And so if you have somebody who is physically coming out to go read your water meter, make sure that you go check your water bill, especially if you have seen that it's astronomically high. That actually happened to us a couple months ago where I opened our water bill and it was $1,000. I went out to our meter and I saw that they had read it incorrectly because they misread, they thought there was an 8 instead of a 3. And so obviously that changed our water bill significantly, and so it was not $1,000, it was actually only $175. So make sure you check that out. Groceries are also pretty reasonable here in San Antonio. A gallon of milk is going to cost you about $3.50. Dozen eggs about $4.50, and a loaf of bread is going to be about $3. Now, I will put a major disclaimer out there and say that those are just average prices for regular milk, regular eggs, and just a regular loaf of bread. If you're going for whole milk, organic, pasture-raised eggs, cage-free eggs, that's obviously going to be a little bit more expensive. So make sure that you take that into consideration. Like I said, we are a family of 7, and so I take advantage of Costco. And so we shop at Costco, and yes, there's a membership that's involved, but for us, the cost savings is worth it. And for a smaller family, it might not be worth it. It might just be worth it to go shopping at your local HEB, or there's a Whole Foods out here, or Sprouts, or Trader Joe's. So just, those are just things to take into consideration. There's actually also a Sam's out here as well. If you're looking for organic, natural, non-GMO option that's not associated with a big box store, look into Azure Standard. I'll put the web address below, but it's Azure, AZURE standard.com, and it's a very unique model where you buy it online and then there's drop locations across. And so in San Antonio, there's a couple of different drop locations, and even if you're not located in the San Antonio area, you can find different drop locations that are available. And so that's a great option where you can actually support farmers and other businesses that are looking for sustainable ways of living that, like I said, are natural, organic, and non-GMO. Gas prices here in San Antonio. So gas is about $2.79 per gallon. I should know because I actually just filled up right before I came over here to Eisenhower Park. And so obviously, the amount of money that you spend on gas is going to be dependent on a lot of different factors, including where you're commuting to, what your driving habits are, and your vehicle car usage, how many miles per gallon you get. And so if I take on average that, somebody is going to be driving about 1,000 miles per month with their car, and their car takes about 25 miles per gallon. It's going to make you have about 40 gallons per month, because 25 times 40 is 1,000. When we calculate how much the gas is going to be, if we do 279 times 40 gallons, that's going to be about $111, per month, and some change, obviously. So just, take that into consideration. But like I said, that's obviously all going to be dependent on your driving habits, commuting that you're doing to and from work and to other places, and obviously, like I said, your fuel efficiency on your car. If you are dining out, expect to spend about $18 per person. For a fancier type of meal, it's going to be about $80 in. And of course, if you're going to be adding drinks, appetizers, and dessert, you could probably expect to spend a little bit more. For our family of 7, we try and go out maybe twice a month, and so we're usually spending about $80. And so we've got, like I said, 5 kids, and we do, we usually go to kid-friendly restaurants such as Alamo Cafe, Biggs, Willie's, and so I can share with you guys some of those kid-friendly restaurants at a different time, but those are just things to take into consideration. And then one of the things I do love about the restaurants here in Texas is that there are a lot of kid-friendly options. And so there are playscapes, there are sandboxes, there are open areas where kids can go play and run around while the parents enjoy dinner or lunch, and you can watch them from afar. So that's also been really nice. If I show you over here, there's actually going to be a climbing rock over here at Eisenhower, so that's kind of cool. See it back there? I don't know if you can see it. Kind of covered by, but I'll show you in a little bit. Entertainment. So your standard movie ticket is going to be costing you about $11. So family of 4, that's going to be about $44 a month. If you're doing, IMAX or 3D, or even one of those movie houses which has the reclining chairs, it's probably going to be about $15 to $18. And so obviously that's going to be more expensive. And then throw drinks, popcorn, candy, all that stuff, that's going to be a little bit more expensive. The San Antonio Zoo, it costs $27 for an adult, $20 per kid over the age of 3. Expect as a family of 4 to spend about $98 just on admission. But here is a local hack over here. So San Antonio Zoo actually has local days for Bexar County residents. So there are certain days in the year where you can actually go to the zoo for $8. So make sure you check that out. Thinking about bowling, mini golf, or trampoline parks, that's probably going to be about $10 to $15 per person. And on average, if you are a low budget family, you can expect to spend about $100, maybe $150 per month on entertainment. Mid-range, maybe you go to the movies, and you still also want to go to some other different activities. That's probably going to cost maybe $250 to $400, and then the high end, all the theme parks, movies, and gym memberships, all those fun things, that's probably going to be about $500 per month. So that's, make sure you take that into consideration as you are thinking about budgeting here for your move to San Antonio. Your home prices are probably about 80% higher in Austin, and rent is going to be anywhere from 40 to 50% higher. So overall, based on housing, rent, and expenses, you expect to pay about 30 to 35% more in Austin than in the San Antonio area. Houston, the housing market is pretty comparable, but you're going to have higher property taxes over there, and you're also going to have a bigger flood risk danger. And then in Dallas, housing is pretty comparable, but the overall cost of living is a little bit more expensive. Overall, San Antonio actually gives you great housing, affordability, there's a great job market out here, and it gives you a great quality of life. If you have any questions or you'd like some more information, comment below or send me a message and I can get that information over to you. My team and I love being able to help people make their move and transition here to the San Antonio area, so make sure you connect with us. We are over at Eisenhower Park, and so why is this park so great? Well, it is great for families and fitness enthusiasts because there's a lot of outdoor adventures, there's great walking trails, there's a play area, there's picnic areas. If you actually walk around, there's actually a tower that you can go up to that actually gives you a view of the San Antonio area. There's about 6 miles of paved and unpaved trails over here, so it's great for families and kids, so that way they can kind of explore, get out into nature. Right now it's pretty shaded, and so that's great, and some of the trails are actually shaded as well, so that's nice, especially in the summertime when it can get a little warmer. Like I said, one of the best things is that because this is a park, there actually is no entrance fee, so that's great for people who are looking for more budget-friendly options. And then the great thing is that Eisenhower Park, it is connected to the Salado Creek Trailway system, and so from here you can actually run all the way down to Phil Harbinger Park, and then you can connect to McAllister Park, and then also get down towards the airport and the downtown area. So it is a great system and great way for you to enjoy the different various parks here in San Antonio, and just get a different glimpse outside of the normal suburbia area. Eisenhower Park also gives you a great view into what you can expect if you're going to the hill country, because there's rocky canyons, there are dry creek beds, and so just a great outdoor area, and obviously lots of different things that you can see in nature. You can if you come out here early enough or at the right time, you can probably see some deer, you might see some foxes, so great for the kids to explore and see as well. So is San Antonio the right fit for you? Let me know in the comments. We've gone over the basic cost of living from housing, utilities, entertainment, groceries, and so that will give you a better idea of what to expect when you do decide to make the move here to San Antonio. And if you do, we'd love to be able to help, and so make sure that you connect with us. Be sure you hit the subscribe button below. That way you can be the first to know about the market trends here in San Antonio, and I hope to connect with you in the next video. Have a great day.